The U.S. alliance with the Republic of Korea remains another pillar of our Asia-Pacific security strategy, one that has emerged out of its Cold War origins to confront a new array of security challenges in the region and globally as well. Our two militaries continue to develop our combined capabilities to deter and defeat, if necessary, North Korean aggression. But the U.S.-ROK alliance is not designed simply to stand against another nation. It must also stand for something in order to be meaningful and to endure. In this respect, our efforts to build a truly global alliance and to work with others in response to crisis situations around the world, such as in Haiti or Afghanistan, demonstrate our collective commitment to promote stability and prosperity beyond Korea's shores as well. Not only in Korea, but in nations across Asia, Cold War turbulence has given way to new partnerships and cooperation. Out of an era of conflict that left an indelible imprint on both our peoples, the United States and Vietnam have forged ahead and built a strong and vibrant bilateral relationship. Together, the United States and Vietnam have demonstrated how to build upon the past without being bound to repeat it. This commitment to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles led us to where we are today. Partnership on a range of issues, including trade and investment, education and health, and security and defense. We are also now working together with China to build a positive, cooperative, and comprehensive relationship. In that effort, we are seeing the fruits of bold decisions by three American presidents in the 1970s, Republicans and Democrats, to build a rapport between two nations that ultimately resulted in the normalization of relations in 1979. It was one of the highlights of my professional career to serve as a young staff assistant in the White House when that process unfolded. 30 years later, as Secretary of Defense, I have made it a priority to build military-to-military ties with China, which have steadily improved in recent months. Last January, I had a very positive visit to China, and just a few weeks ago, our Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Mullen, hosted General Chun, Chief of the PLA General Staff, for a week-long visit to the United States, where General Chun was shown a number of different U.S. military installations. It is always my pleasure to meet again with General Liang, and we are very pleased to see him here at the Shangri-La Dialogue. Also remarkable is the transformation in the U.S.-India relationship over the past decade, from an uneasy coexistence during the Cold War to a partnership based on shared democratic values and vital economic and security interests, a partnership that will be an indispensable pillar of stability in South Asia and beyond. Whether countering piracy, increasing participation in multilateral venues, or aiding the development of Afghanistan, our partnership is playing a vital role. Although bolstering our bilateral relationships in the region has been a key priority in the Asia-Pacific area, the United States has also made a major commitment to help foster new multilateral cooperation. One of the critical challenges of the Asian security environment has long been the lack of strong mechanisms for cooperation between nations in the region. Over the past few years, I have made it a personal priority to support efforts underway to remedy this problem. This is the reason that last year the United States was the first non-ASEAN nation to accept the invitation to join the ASEAN Defense Ministers Plus Forum. It was an honor to attend the inaugural meeting of the ADM Plus in Hanoi last October, and I'm optimistic that it will be a key body for making progress on a number of issues of shared interest, including maritime security, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, and peacekeeping operations. Maritime security remains an issue of particular importance for the region, with questions about territorial claims and the appropriate use of the maritime domain presenting ongoing challenges to regional stability and prosperity. The U.S. position on maritime security remains clear. We have a national interest in freedom of navigation, in unimpeded economic development and commerce, and in respect for international law. We also believe that customary international law, as reflected in the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, provides clear guidance on the appropriate use of the maritime domain and rights of access to it. By working together in appropriate regional and multilateral fora and adhering to principles that we believe are of benefit to all in the region, we can ensure that all share equal and open access to international waterways. Experience consistently shows that pursuing our common interests together increases our common security. As I've stated before, providing for security and upholding the principles I mentioned earlier is not the task of any one nation alone, but the shared responsibility of all nations. This is the one reason we have placed a premium on building the partner capacity of friends in the region and enhancing the role of multilateral cooperation and organizations in Asia-Pacific security affairs. Even so, we recognize that the American defense engagement, from our forward deployed forces to exercises with regional partners, will continue to play an indispensable role in the stability of the region. Although much of the press in both the United States and the region has been focused in recent years on our efforts to modernize our basing arrangements with traditional allies in Northeast Asia, and our commitment to those efforts is absolute, we've taken a number of steps toward establishing a defense posture across Asia-Pacific that is more geographically distributed, operationally resilient, and politically sustainable. A posture that maintains our presence in Northeast Asia while enhancing our presence in Southeast Asia and into the Indian Ocean. For example, this past November, the U.S. and Australia established a force posture working group tasked with expanding opportunities for our two militaries to train and operate together, to include alliance arrangements that would allow for more combined defense activities and shared use of facilities. Together, we are evaluating a range of options, including increasing our combined naval presence and capabilities to respond more readily to humanitarian disasters, improving Indian Ocean facilities, a region of growing international importance, and expanding training exercises for amphibious and land operations, activities that could involve other partners in the region.